So in yesterday's gospel reading at Mass, Jesus saw that the disciples, they were kind of taking him for granted a little bit. Like they had been with him for a long time, and they didn't realize what a gift it was. And so he reminded them. In yesterday's gospel reading, he reminds them that prophets and kings, they had wished to see what you're able to see, but they didn't get to see it. And he helps them to understand that they really have this great gift. And I reflected with the older kids yesterday that we're kind of the same way. The prophets and kings, the people in the Old Testament, they would have loved to have been here. They would have loved to have been here this morning, to be able to see what we're going to see as Jesus is made present for us upon the altar. And it's true that we really easily, like the apostles did it. We can really easily kind of take for granted the fact that we get to see Jesus and be with Jesus. Today, Jesus shows us that the opposite is not true. He does not ever take us for granted. He doesn't ever forget about us and about his love for us. And so we see in the gospel today, Jesus is out there with this huge crowd of people, right? Thousands of people. But Jesus shows how important they are to him. And he gives them that image as he multiplies the loaves and the fish that kind of foreshadows the Eucharist that we celebrate when we come to Mass. And he uses that gift, or he uses that miracle to kind of teach us something about the Eucharist and about what we do when we gather here for Mass. Jesus said, I don't want them to pass out or to fall, to collapse along the way. And that phrase, the way, that's kind of a code word for Christian life. Right? Living life with Jesus, that's the way. And so Jesus says, if you're going to walk with me, if you're going to live your life with me, I don't want you to run out of strength. I don't want you to not have what you need. I don't want you to collapse or to quit if you're going to walk with me. And he knows that it's going to be hard. He knows it's going to take a long time. But if you're going to walk with me, I'll keep you going. I'll sustain you. I'll give you the strength. And that's what happens as we come here to celebrate Mass, and especially when we're able to receive the Eucharist, that Jesus is giving us the strength, because sometimes life gets hard. And even living life with Jesus gets hard. And, accepting the sacrifices that are part of life and going through the difficulties and the trials and the hardships that are part of life, they're hard. But Jesus gives us the strength. And so we turn to him today, and we turn to him every day, and we ask him, Lord Jesus, fill us with your strength, fill us with your life. As we prepare to celebrate this Mass, we ask you to give us all that we need to sustain us, that we might be able to continue walking with you along the way to life. Let us stand and together present to God our petition.